The colony world Horizon 5 was one of the quietest human settlements in the galaxy. Every morning, the sun rose with a soft blue glow. Children walked to their learning halls. Farmers checked their machines. Cargo ships landed slowly on the metal platforms, carrying food and tools from Earth. Life on Horizon 5 was peaceful, calm, safe, or at least, that's what everyone believed. Commander Leah Grant, the security chief of the colony, stood inside the control tower and watched the horizon. Her day had begun like any other. Routine reports, quiet radio chatter, nothing strange. But she had a habit of watching the sky longer than necessary. She always said, "Space is big. Trouble can come from anywhere." Her officers usually laughed. Today, nobody was laughing. At exactly 09:18 local time, the sky above Horizon 5 flickered. A bright flash appeared like a tear in reality. Leah frowned. "Is that a transport ship?" she asked. Her assistant shook his head. No signals, no ID, no human code. Before they could check again, 3 massive shadows appeared in the sky. Giant ships, dark, silent, not human. Leah's eyes widened. Unknown vessels entering atmosphere. "Sound the alert!" Sirens echoed across the colony. People stopped working and looked up, confused and scared. Parents pulled children close. Workers dropped tools. The ground rumble grew stronger as the ships moved lower. Leah tried opening communication channels. "This is Commander Leah Grant of Horizon 5. Identify yourselves." No answer. She tried again, louder, more urgent. "This is human territory. Identify your ships immediately." Still silence, a deep fear settled in her chest. Something was wrong. Horribly wrong. The ships were not approaching like travelers. They were forming an attack formation. Leah whispered, "No, no. This can't be happening." But it was. The alien ships opened their front panels, revealing glowing weapon cores charging with purple energy. The entire sky turned dark as if a storm was gathering. Leah shouted into the mic, "All colonists take cover. This is not a drill." Panic spread instantly. People ran toward bunkers. Parents carried their children. The colony shook as the alien weapons hummed louder and louder. Suddenly a voice echoed from the alien ships, a mechanical, cold voice. "Human expansion ends today." Those 5 words froze the entire colony. And then, everything exploded. A massive beam fired from the alien cruiser, slamming into the outer district. Houses turned to dust. Metal melted. Fire spread like a wave. Leah grabbed the railing as the control tower shook violently. Her assistant screamed, "We're under attack! They fired!" Leah could barely breathe. She watched the destruction through the glass window. Buildings that took years to build collapsed in seconds. People ran in every direction. Some never made it. "Send distress to Earth," Leah ordered, her voice shaking. "We already did. But the signal may take minutes." "We do not have minutes," she whispered. The alien ships fired again. Another part of the colony exploded. The ground cracked open. A shockwave hit the tower, knocking officers off their feet. Leah grabbed the console. "Open a channel to the alien fleet." Her assistant stared at her. "Commander, why?" "They don't want to talk." "We have to try," she insisted. "We need time for evacuation." He nodded and opened the channel. Leah took a deep breath. "This is Commander Leah Grant of Horizon 5. We surrender." "Stop firing." "There are civilians, children." The response came instantly. Irrelevant. The aliens fired again. Leah felt her heart sink. They didn't want resources. They didn't want land. They wanted annihilation. Outside, a father shielded his daughter as debris fell around them. A group of workers tried to drag injured people to safety. A medic cried while treating burns. Smoke rose into the sky in thick black columns. The aliens kept firing. Leah clenched her fists. How can they do this? We didn't even know they existed. Her assistant looked pale. "Commander, we won't survive another hit." Leah opened the last channel she could. "Earth Command, this is Horizon 5. We are under attack. Unknown alien force. Heavy casualties. We might not make it." Static. A pause. And then a voice from Earth came through. "Horizon 5. Stay strong. Help is coming, but when?" Horizon 5 was burning now. The aliens descended even lower, preparing a final strike aimed directly at the colony's center. Leah knew what that meant. Total destruction. She looked at her officers, scared but loyal, standing at their posts even as death approached. "Everyone," she said softly, "prepare for impact." The alien weapon cores glowed brighter than before. The ground shook violently. People screamed. Buildings trembled. The sky itself seemed ready to collapse. For a moment, everything went strangely quiet. Too quiet. Leah closed her eyes. Then, a deafening thunder echoed across the sky. A new light appeared. A different light. Not purple. Blue. A new object burst into orbit. A human warship arriving through hyperspace, engines blazing like a rising star. Leah's eyes snapped open. "What? Who is that?" Her assistant stared at the sky, stunned. That's not one of our normal ships." More blue lights appeared behind it. 1 ship, 3 ships, 10 ships, 20. A whole human fleet jumped into the system, Leah whispered, breath shaking. They came. Earth actually came. In that moment, the aliens paused. Humanity had arrived, and the galaxy was about to learn what happens when you attack humans first. The news of the Horizon 5 attack spread across human space like wildfire. Every channel, every station, every colony repeated the same terrifying message. Unknown aliens attacked a human world without warning. Billions of humans watched the footage. People running, buildings exploding, children crying. Anger filled every heart, fear too. But most of all, a question echoed everywhere. Why? Why would an unknown alien empire attack peaceful humans? No one had the answer yet. Meanwhile, in the Galactic Council, far away on a massive artificial world known as the Galactic Council Hub, dozens of alien species gathered. The hall was huge, filled with floating platforms, strange symbols, and thousands of glowing lights. These aliens had heard the news too. And their reaction was nothing like humanity's. The Veltori speaker, a tall, insect-like creature, clicked its metal jaws. "Humans are unfortunate," it said, "but they expand too fast." The attack was expected. A reptilian ambassador added cruelly, "Humans never learn their place." Multiple species nodded in agreement. Many had always seen humans as a small, noisy, stubborn race that refused to follow the strict rules of the galaxy. In the center of the hall, the representative of the attackers, the Zorth Dominion, stood tall. Their ambassador, a warrior named Harkon, spoke with pride. Horizon 5 was a warning. Humans grow like weeds. They expand without permission. They needed to be controlled. "Controlled?" asked a tiny floating alien. "You destroyed a colony. A small price," Harkon said coldly. "Humans will not retaliate." "They never do." The hall filled with laughter and buzzing sounds. Many species agreed. Humans were young. Humans were predictable. Humans were weak against the great powers. Or so they believed. Only one ambassador, a calm, silver-skinned alien named Elios, looked uneasy. "You should not underestimate humans," he warned softly. "They adapt fast," Harkon smirked. "They cannot fight the Dominion. Their fleet is small and slow." Elios responded, "Then why did you attack first? Were you afraid of their speed?" The hall fell silent for a moment. Harkon's eyes glowed with irritation. "We attacked because humans must be taught fear." Elios replied simply, "Or maybe it is you who fears them." Back on Earth. A wake-up call on Earth. Inside the massive underground command center known as the Forge, alarms blared as officers gathered around holographic screens. The attack on Horizon 5 was shown repeatedly. Everyone watched in silence. General Marcus Hale, a tall man with sharp eyes, stood at the front. His voice was quiet but carried across the entire room. "They slaughtered civilians. They ignored our surrender. They fired again and again." The officers clenched their fists. Marcus continued, "The alien empire thinks humans will beg for peace." The room tensed, but they are wrong. He turned to a giant sealed door behind him. A red warning sign blinked above it. "Project Thunderstorm," restricted, a young officer whispered. "Sir, are we really activating it?" Marcus nodded. "The time has come." With a deep rumble, the giant door opened. Behind it lay humanity's secret, a fleet of experimental warships, never shown to the galaxy, each designed in silence, away from alien eyes. Sleek, black, deadly. Humans had been preparing for a threat long before Horizon 5. They just never expected the attack to come so soon. Marcus turned to the officers. "Signal every colony. Tell them the same message. The officer raised an eyebrow. Which message, sir? Marcus said. The aliens attacked first. Now humanity responds. Aliens react to Earth's mobilization. When alien spies reported that Earth had activated hidden warships, the Galactic Council Hall erupted in surprise. A horned creature hissed, "Humans are building a war fleet?" Harkon laughed. "They are bluffing." But the report showed dozens of ships. Another alien protested. "Old mining ships, perhaps," Harkon said. "Humans are good at pretending to be strong." Helios shook his head slowly. "You still do not understand them. Humans do not pretend. They survive." Humanity's first step toward retaliation. Deep in space, the newly awakened human fleet moved like a silent storm. Engines glowed blue. Hulls hummed with advanced energy. Inside the lead ship, the HSS Vanguard, Captain Rayon Cross watched the stars pass by. His voice was calm. "Our objective is simple. Stop the Zorth Dominion. Make them regret attacking civilians." His crew nodded. No one spoke. Every person on that ship had family or friends on Horizon 5. They were not fighting for power. They were fighting for justice. Rayon looked at the fleet surrounding him. 30 ships, all armed. "Already?" The officer beside him whispered. "Sir, the galaxy thinks we are weak." Rayon smiled faintly. "Then let them watch." He turned toward the window, where the stars stretched into lines as the ships prepared to warp. "Navigation," he said softly. "Set course for Zorth space." The officer pressed the final command. Course locked. Rayon spoke the words the galaxy was never ready to hear. "Humanity. Punch forward." The fleet vanished into hyperspace, a blue storm heading straight toward the enemy. And at that moment, the galaxy still believed humans were slow. They were about to learn the truth. Commander Ryan stood on the wide bridge of the horizon, watching the holographic map shift like a nervous heartbeat. Red enemy markers kept appearing, 1, 2, then 10 more. The alien fleet was not stopping. It grew larger, like a shadow spreading across the stars. Still, nobody on the bridge stepped back. No one panicked. Humans had been surprised, yes, but fear was slowly changing into something else. Resolve. The crew whispered the same thought. If they want a war, they will get one. The first human wall, General Thorne's message echoed through every ship. Humanity will not break. Hold the line. And they did. The first defensive wall formed around Earth like a glowing ring. Hundreds of ships, some old, some new, some barely complete, flew into position. Engineers, pilots, scientists, all stood ready. Ryan watched them on the display. "These people were civilians last week," he said softly. "Yes, sir," replied Maya, the ship's tactical officer. "But today, they are soldiers." The horizon moved into formation. It was bigger than most ships, half warship, half research vessel. But the crew had trained for emergencies like this. Even if the enemy technology was advanced, humans had something the aliens never understood: unity when pushed to the edge. A silent signal from space, then it happened. A strange signal hit the fleet. Silent, cold, and heavy. It was a broadcast from the aliens. The hologram of a tall, silver-skinned commander appeared on every screen. His voice was calm but filled with arrogance. "Humans, your civilization ends today. Surrender your world. We will destroy your fleet in one strike." Maya clenched her fists. "They really think we will give up that easily?" Ryan didn't blink. "No, and we will show them why." The alien commander continued. "Your ships are weak. Your weapons are outdated. Your species is emotional and chaotic. You cannot win." The transmission ended. The bridge stayed silent for a moment. Then the lights flashed red. Enemy fleet incoming. The first shot across the human defensive line. Tension spread like electricity. Pilots held their breath. Officers waited for the command. Everyone knew the aliens wanted to hit first, but this time, they didn't get the chance. General Thorne's voice thundered through every speaker. "Humanity fires first." Ryan shouted, "Open plasma cannons. Fire all forward batteries." The horizon launched a storm of blue and gold plasma bolts. Other human ships followed. The empty space between the fleets exploded with bright lights, and for a moment, the aliens were shocked, not because of the power of the human attack, but because humans dared to strike before them. Their formation broke. Their ships twisted in confusion. Ryan felt a spark of hope. "We can do this," he whispered. The aliens strike back, but that hope was short. The alien fleet reorganized and fired together in a terrifying wave. Their shots were silent beams of white energy that cut through space like knives. One human ship exploded instantly. Then another. Bright flashes lit up the darkness. "No," Maya whispered. "They're too strong." But Ryan raised his voice, calm but firm. "Hold the line. Redirect shields. Focus on evasive moves." The horizon shook violently as two beams scraped its hull. Sparks burst across the bridge. Alarms screamed. Smoke filled the air. Still, the ship stayed standing. At that moment, something changed. The aliens expected humans to break. They expected fear. They expected surrender, but instead, every human ship pushed forward even harder. The unexpected human strategy General Thorne activated a secret command, something created years ago but never tested in battle. Operation Mirror Shield. The horizon and two other ships opened massive reflective barriers made of experimental energy fields. They weren't meant to block attacks, they were meant to bounce them back when the aliens fired their next wave. The shields caught some beams and returned them straight toward the enemy ships. Two alien cruisers were instantly hit by their own fire. Their shields collapsed. Their hulls cracked open. The aliens were stunned. Ryan grinned. "Now they know we're not weak." Maya looked at him with new confidence. "Now they know we innovate fast." Around them, morale spread like fire. The shift in the battle, humans had fewer ships. Humans had weaker technology. Humans were outnumbered, outgunned, and pressured from all sides. But for the first time since the attack began, the aliens stepped back just a little, but enough. Ryan looked at the map and felt something powerful. The tide was turning. Earth was still far behind the defensive line, but the blue icon representing it suddenly felt closer. Safer. The crew worked faster. Pilots flew sharper. Everyone moved with purpose. Humanity was fighting back, and the galaxy was watching. The message sent across space, General Thorne sent a final broadcast to the alien fleet. "You attacked first. You wanted to erase us. But now you will see what humans become when their home is threatened." There was no fear in his voice, only strength. The message spread across every channel, even into alien communication networks. It was the moment the galaxy realized humanity was not prey. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was a force. Smoke drifted across the bridge of the horizon, but the ship still held its place in the defensive line. Sparks flickered from damaged panels. Crew members worked fast and alarms echoed in the background. Still, nobody stepped away from their post. Nobody looked defeated. Commander Ryan wiped the dust from his face and stared at the holographic battle map. "They're regrouping," he said. Maya nodded. "Yes, sir." "And they look angry." The alien fleet had pulled back only a small distance, but that distance was enough to show something new. Fear. The aliens had not expected humans to resist. They had not expected their own weapons to be mirrored back at them. And now they were preparing for a second wave. A bigger one. A deadlier one. The enemy's real plan, a strange energy spike appeared on sensors. "A huge one. What is that?" Ryan asked. Maya zoomed in. Her eyes widened. "Sir, it's a supercarrier, and it's not alone." Large shadows emerged behind the alien fleet. Long, sharp, dark ships shaped like floating blades. They were hiding those ships. Someone shouted. The aliens had tricked humanity. The earlier attack was only a test. This was the real force. Across the human line, fear spread again. For a moment. Then General Thorne's voice came through the comms. "Hold position. Trust the plan," Ryan frowned. "What plan?" "We're outnumbered 3-1 now." Maya looked at him carefully. Maybe he's waiting for something we don't know. She was right. Because in the deep darkness behind Earth, hidden from the alien scans, something massive was moving. The Darkwing Fleet. General Thorne finally gave the order. "Activate Darkwing Protocol." Every human officer froze. Even Ryan felt a chill. Darkwing was only a rumor, a secret project built in silence, tested in hidden space zones, whispered about by pilots as a myth. But the myth was real. Far behind Earth's orbit, 3 enormous human ships uncloaked. They were shaped like triangles, jet black, absorbing all light around them. Their engines glowed with deep blue fire. Darkwing Alpha. Engaged. Darkwing Beta. Engaged, Darkwing Omega. Engaged, Maya gasped. Sir, those ships use the experimental warp drives. Ryan nodded slowly. Yes, the drives, they said, were too dangerous. The ships looked like shadows with wings, silent, cold, deadly. And unlike normal human ships, they were built specifically to destroy massive alien fleets. The turning of the battle, the aliens did not know about Darkwing. They were focused on the first human line, preparing to crush it. Then 3 blue streaks flashed across space at impossible speed. Phoom, phoom, phoom. Darkwing ships appeared directly inside the alien formation. As if teleporting, the alien supercarrier didn't even have time to turn. Darkwing Alpha fired once, just once. A thin beam of blue energy cut through the entire carrier like a knife through glass. The giant ship ruptured from the inside, exploding in silent fire. The alien fleet froze in shock. Ryan stared at the display. My God, Maya whispered. They never expected humans to have this kind of tech. Nobody did. Darkwing Beta fired a burst of micro-missiles. They flew silently, leaving no smoke, no trail. Each missile locked onto alien ships with perfect accuracy. 10 alien cruisers vanished in bright blue explosions. Dark. Wing Omega didn't fire weapons, it simply activated its experimental gravity pulse. A wave spread across space, twisting the alien ships' paths, crushing smaller vessels, and shattering their formation. The alien fleet that had looked unstoppable suddenly looked broken. The moment the galaxy feared across galactic communication channels, different species watched the battle in real time. They expected humans to fall. They expected Earth to burn. They expected another small species to vanish. Instead, they saw humans unleash weapons nobody had seen before. They saw humans fight with impossible courage. They saw humans stand against a superior enemy and push forward. A message spread across the galaxy. Do not provoke humanity. Another message followed. If humans create weapons like Darkwing, what else are they hiding? Fear grew, respect grew, and the galaxy began to understand. Humans were not a weak, emotional race. They were something far more dangerous. They evolved under pressure. The aliens panic. The alien commander from earlier returned on every screen, but this time his voice was shaking. Human fleet. Stop your attack. This is a formal request. We want to negotiate, Maya stared. Negotiate? They were destroying us minutes ago. Ryan folded his arms. Now they see the real danger. But General Thorne did not answer the alien immediately. He looked cold, calm, and powerful. You attacked first, he said slowly. Now you will witness our full response. The alien commander's eyes widened, and he cut the transmission in panic. The human counterstrike begins. Darkwing ships spread out, forming a deadly triangle. The first line of human ships pushed forward. The horizon moved with them, engines glowing bright. Rian felt something rise in his chest. Not fear. Not anger. Pride. This was humanity's moment. This was the turning point. He lifted his hand. Prepare weapons. All ships, advance. The human fleet surged forward like a rising storm. The human fleet pushed forward like a giant wave of steel and fire. Darkwing ships moved ahead, silent and deadly, cutting through alien lines with impossible precision. Every blast, every pulse, every strike was clean and controlled. This was no longer defense. This was retaliation. On the bridge of the horizon, Commander Ryan watched the battle shift in humanity's favor. The glowing red enemy markers were disappearing one by one, but even with the victory building, there was an uneasy feeling. Sir, Maya said softly, the aliens wouldn't send a fleet this big if they didn't have more behind it. Ryan nodded. Yes, they're hiding something. They must be. He looked at the stars ahead. Something felt wrong. Something bigger was coming. The enemy's secret transmission, a sudden alert flashed across the screen. Incoming communication, the tech officer announced. It's not from the fleet we're fighting. It's from deeper space. Rian and Maya exchanged a look. Put it on, Ryan ordered. The hologram flickered. A new alien appeared. Much larger, older, with sharp golden armor and glowing eyes. He was not a fleet commander. He was something higher, a ruler, a warlord. A symbol of dominance, the alien spoke calmly, but his voice echoed with power. Human leaders, I am Arak Zirin, High Lord of the Dominion. Maya's face hardened. Dominion? That means their top empire. Arak continued. You destroyed one of our fleets, impressive, unexpected, but you must understand something. He leaned forward, his eyes cold. What you defeated was only our border patrol. The bridge went silent. Border patrol? The fleet they just crushed was already enormous. If that was only a patrol, how big was the real Dominion military? Arak continued with a soft, cruel smile. We did not attack to conquer you. We attacked to measure you. Ryan clenched his fists. Maya whispered, They tested us, like an experiment. Arak's voice deepened. Now we know the truth. Humans are more dangerous than we expected. The hologram zoomed out, showing thousands, maybe millions of alien ships behind him, an entire armada. We will eliminate your species completely. Prepare yourselves. The transmission ended. Silence filled the bridge. Rian exhaled slowly. This just became a war for survival. General Thorne's hidden order, seconds after the transmission ended. General Thorne appeared on every human ship's screen. But something was different about him. His face was calm. Too calm. Earth Command has authorized Protocol Titan. The crew froze. Protocol Titan was not a myth. It was the most secret, most dangerous plan humans ever created. A plan that would only be used if humanity faced extinction. Sir, Maya said carefully, isn't Protocol Titan unfinished? Thorne shook his head. It is ready, and it will turn the tide if we use it correctly. Ryan frowned. What exactly does Titan do? Thorne finally spoke the words everyone feared and hoped for. We are bringing the Titan engines online. Maya's eyes widened. The star reactors? Sir, those engines can tear space apart. Thorne nodded. Yes, and now we need that power. Everyone understood this was no longer just a battle. This was humanity awakening a sleeping monster of their own. The shift in the human fleet dark wing ship suddenly changed formation, forming a triangle around a large unseen object hidden in deep space. Lights flickered, energy fields cracked. And then, the void opened. A massive shape appeared behind the human lines. A ship so large it looked like a moving moon. Smooth silver armor, a glowing blue heart in its center. Giant wings of energy stretching outward. Maya whispered, That's impossible. That must be the Titan. The Titan-class battleship, humanity's largest and most dangerous creation, had finally been revealed. Ryan stared at it, speechless. It was beyond anything humans or aliens had ever built. A ship designed not for travel, not for exploration, but for one purpose, to fight entire empires. The alien empire panics across the galaxy. Alien observers saw the Titan on their screens. Confusion turned into fear. Fear turned into chaos. Messages spread across alien channels. Humans have a weapon we've never seen. That ship could destroy planets. How did humans build this in secret? We have awakened a monster. Even the Dominion's High Lord Arak seemed shaken. His fleet paused. His ships pulled back slightly. He did not expect humans to have anything close to Titan, and humanity had just shown the galaxy a truth. They had been preparing for this day. The Titan speaks. The Titan's main AI activated. A deep, calm voice echoed across the battlefield. Titan-class Unit 01 online. Human defense priority maximum. Enemy target, Dominion Armada. Energy surged around the ship, shaking space itself. The crew of the Horizon felt the shockwave. Maya whispered, The aliens attacked first, but they were not ready for this. Ryan nodded, his voice steady. Now they will learn who they challenged. The Titan's wings glowed brighter. The core began to spin, and then the Titan fired its first shot. A beam of light tore across space, straight toward the Dominion Armada. The galaxy held its breath. Space went silent for one long second. Every human ship, every alien vessel, every observer across the galaxy watched the Titan-class battleship charge its first weapon. The ship's glowing core hummed louder and louder, sending soft vibrations across the battlefield. Then the beam fired. A straight line of blue-white light tore through space, hitting the Dominion Armada with impossible force. It was not just a weapon, it was a piece of a star, focused into a single devastating burst. The first alien dreadnought vanished instantly. Then another, and another. Dozens of massive ships were erased from existence before the aliens had time to scream, move, or even understand what was happening. On the horizon, Maya covered her mouth. "Commander, that was only one shot." Ryan's voice was steady, but even he struggled to hide his shock. "Yes, and the Titan can fire again." The Dominion fleet, staggers the Dominion ships broke formation. Panic spread through their lines. The surviving vessels tried to scatter in different directions, but the Titan's gravity wings activated. Everything froze. Literally. Small enemy ships were pulled together as if caught in a giant invisible net. Their engines flickered. Their shields collapsed. Some ships crushed into each other under the pressure. The Titan spoke again. "Enemy movement restricted." "Firing solution ready," Ryan whispered. "It's hunting them like insects." But even with this terrifying power on their side, humans were not safe yet. The High Lord strikes back. The Dominion's High Lord, Aurak Jiren, appeared once more on screens across the battlefield. But this time he was furious. His golden armor glowed bright red, and his voice thundered like a storm. "Humans, you dare use star weapon technology against the Dominion? You dare challenge our empire?" He raised his hand. A new symbol lit up behind him, a giant sigil, the mark of the Dominion superweapon. Maya's eyes widened. "Sir, they brought a planet killer." Ryan felt a chill. "Where?" Before anyone could answer, the stars behind the Dominion fleet darkened. Something arrived. Something enormous. A huge circular structure larger than the Titan itself emerged from hyperspace. Its surface burned with red energy. Thousands of massive cannons rotated slowly on its outer ring. It looked like a moon made of metal and rage. The Dominion Omega Fortress. Aurak smirked. "Your Titan is powerful. But this is the weapon that destroys civilizations." The Omega Fortress charged a red beam. It aimed straight for the Titan. For a moment, humanity felt the same fear aliens once felt when they saw the Titan. The Titan takes the height. A massive red beam erupted from the Omega Fortress, crossing the entire battlefield. The glow was so bright it drowned out the stars. Human crews shielded their eyes. The beam hit the Titan directly. A silent blast spread outward like a red shockwave. For 10 long seconds. Nothing moved, even the Titan's glow dimmed. Its wings folded slightly inward. Its outer armor burned orange-red. Maya breathed sharply. "No, the Titan can't fall now." Ryan gripped the rails. "Hold together, come on." Then the Titan's voice returned, deep, calm, unafraid. Damage minimal. Systems stable. Retaliation authorized. The Titan's wings burst open again, shining brighter than before. Aurak's expression finally cracked. For the first time, the High Lord looked afraid. The reason humans built the Titan, General Thorn, appeared on the human channels again. His voice was steady, full of something the galaxy feared most. Confidence. "The Dominion thinks we built the Titan as a weapon." He looked straight at the camera. "But the truth is, we built it because we knew one day an empire like theirs would come." Ryan whispered. "We weren't unprepared. We were waiting." Thorn continued. "Humans do not start wars. But if someone threatens us, we finish them." Across the battlefield, human ships tightened their formation. Darkwing units locked onto the Omega Fortress. The Titan's core grew brighter. Something massive was coming. The Dominion makes a desperate move. Aurak realized the truth. He might lose. He shouted new orders. "Launch the Devourer Swarm." The Omega Fortress opened giant hangar doors, releasing thousands of small, fast-moving black drones. They looked like insects made of metal and teeth. They swarmed toward the Titan at terrifying speed. Maya shouted, "If those drones attach to the Titan's hull, they'll eat through the armor." Ryan nodded. "This is it. The Dominion's last card." But Thorn's voice echoed calmly, "Let them come." The Titan's outer armor panels shifted. New sections opened. And a golden shield, a living, glowing energy field, expanded outward. The drones hit the shield and melted instantly. The entire human fleet watched in stunned silence. Maya whispered, "That's not normal human tech. Where did we get that?" Ryan stared at the glowing shield. He knew the truth. He knew what the galaxy feared most. Humans were not fighting alone, the secret. No one was supposed to know. Titan's shield pulsed with energy no human reactor could produce. It was too advanced, too stable, too perfect. Rian finally said what he had suspected for years. Somebody helped us build this. Maya turned. Who? Ryan looked at the Titan as its wings unfolded again. His voice was quiet. They're not human. Maya's eyes widened. There were more secrets. Bigger secrets. Dangerous secrets, and the galaxy was about to learn them all. The Titan's core reached full power. The battlefield shook. Humanity prepared to strike back. The Titan's core shone, brighter than any star in the sky. The entire battlefield turned blue as the energy reached its final stage. Human ships pulled back, Darkwing units moved aside, and every soldier braced for something the galaxy had never seen before. But before the Titan could fire, a new signal appeared. A faint blue ripple spread across space. Not from the Dominion. Not from the Titan, from somewhere far, behind Earth. Maya's fingers shook. Sir, another fleet is arriving. Ryan stared at the scanners. But who? No other human ships are scheduled. Then the ripple opened into a wormhole. Smooth, controlled, not like any human warp jump. A formation of sleek silver ships emerged. Not human ships. Not Dominion ships. Something completely different. The ships looked alive. Shimmering, glowing, bending light as they moved. Maya whispered, Sir, those are the Etherians. Ryan nodded slowly. The secret was out. The Titan's impossible shield, its gravity wings, its star core. None of these were created by humans alone. Humanity had allies, but not just ordinary allies, ancient, powerful, peaceful, yet deadly if needed. The Etherians appeared on every human screen, tall glowing figures with calm deep eyes. Their leader spoke. Humans stood with us in our darkest age. Now we stand with them. Maya covered her mouth. So the stories were true. Humans saved them once. Ryan finally understood. Humans weren't just survivors. They were protectors, and someone never forgot that. The Dominion's fear-high Lord Aurak appeared again, but his expression was no longer confident. Pure fear filled his eyes. No, this is impossible.
The Etherians vanished 10,000 years ago.
The Etherian leader answered calmly. We vanished because your empire hunted us. But humanity hid us, fed us, helped us rebuild. Aurak's face twisted with rage. You empowered these primitives? The Etherian leader's eyes glowed brighter. We empowered the only species who showed compassion when all others turned away. The truth spread across the galaxy in seconds. Humans did not rise because they were lucky. Humans rose because they helped others with no expectation of reward. And now the greatest ancient species had returned, because of humanity. The final battle begins. The Dominion Omega Fortress turned all its guns toward the Etherians and the Titan. Aurak roared, Destroy them all. Thousands of red beams fired at once. The Titan opened its golden shield. The Etherian fleet formed a bright blue barrier. Every Dominion blast dissolved instantly. Ryan whispered, They can't even scratch us now. Maya nodded. The Dominion just lost. The Titan's core reached final capacity. The Etherians gave a single message. Fire when ready. Humans, humanity, had the honor. The Titan's final strike. The Titan's wings folded inward, concentrating all light into its center. Its voice echoed. Primary star lance, full charge. Target Omega Fortress. Firing. A beam like the heart of a sun erupted forward. Space itself rippled. The Dominion superweapon cracked. Its armor melted. Its core overloaded. And then, the Omega Fortress exploded in a silent, blinding wave of red and white fire. Aurak's face froze in terror just before the transmission cut forever. The Dominion armada broke. Ships fled in all directions. Some surrendered instantly. Others shut down their weapons and drifted helplessly. The battle was over. Humanity had won. The galaxy's new truth messages spread across the galaxy within hours. The Dominion has fallen. Humanity commands the battlefield. The Etherians have returned because of humans. Do not provoke Earth. In hundreds of systems, Species who once ignored humans now watched with respect and fear. Humanity was no longer a young race, no longer the underdog, no longer underestimated. They were something far bigger, a species who makes allies, keeps promises, and brings justice with unstoppable force. The ending moment on the bridge of the horizon, Maya let out a long breath. "We survived," she said softly. "No," Ryan corrected with a small smile. "We won." The Titan floated silently, its glow dimming gently. The Etherians surrounded it like guardians and friends. General Thorne appeared on screen. "This victory is not the end. It is our beginning," Maya asked. "And what now?" Thorne smiled. "Now, the galaxy learns to live in peace. And they learn one more thing: never attack humanity." Ryan looked at the stars for the first time. The galaxy looked safe, because humans were now its protectors, and everyone knew it.